On patrol, I'm on patrol, I'm on patrol. Whoa, what the hell? Huh. I didn't know this thing could pick up random feeds. Well, I guess you just stumbled upon I'm just patrolling the galaxy here. The squadron. Just a tad bit boring out here, I guess. And I really wish space was like those movies, like Star Wars or like the TV series Star Trek, just more action-packed, but not really. Or just empty space. Hey, since I got really nothing to do, you guys want to talk about something?
Quit screwing around! Do something!
I got it. I know exactly what we're going to talk about.
Good luck.
Welcome to Rank 'em Up, where I take video game series and rank them from worst to best. Well, nothing else more fitting than to, rank one of the best space shooters of all time, Star Fox. Alright. Now, this series is really near and dear to my heart, and I'm pretty sure it is to many of you Nintendo fans out there. What else can you say about this game, other than, it's just fun, action-packed, and really just... I don't know what else to say. But, you know what? Screw it. Just get on the list. Just get on with it. Let's go.
Ah, adventures. How could I define thee? How about a poorly replicated Ocarina of Time clone? This game pissed me off as a young child. Look, I never owned an N64 growing up, but I played this series to no end whenever my cousin came over with his systems. I love the feeling of flying through the skies and taking down enemies. So when I heard this game was coming out as a kid, I was excited. Thankfully at the time, I was still a poor little 10-year-old boy, so I rented it instead of buying it. Let's just say this is a very shoddy GameCube game. Clunky controls, terrible repetitive gameplay, and little to no flying stages.
Originally, this game didn't start as a Star Fox game. We already have Legend of Zelda and Mario for platforming and adventure, so why change the genre only 3 games into the franchise? Who thought, hey, you know what this space shooter needs? Platforming. It's a terrible game. Don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible... No, okay, it's a bad game, but it's because it's called the Star Fox game. What do you guys think?
This is horrible.
Alright, we're going all range mode. Star Fox Command is the latest original entry in the series, and it's one fun Nintendo DS game. This game takes back to the skies and stays there, with tight controls, good AI, and some great visuals for a handheld game. This game was a breath of fresh air from the old country. Only difference with this game and the previous entries, this game is no longer an on-rail shooter, instead it plays more like a tower defense or RTS game. It involves Fox & Co. protecting a base while destroying other bases, and incoming ships. There are no more levels, only missions. This seems like a cool new mechanic that would be fun if done right. Well, sadly it wasn't. The main problem is the sky combat is sort of slow and the battle areas are just open landscapes with no real obstacles to traverse. Feels good to be back in the skies, but when the skies feel dull and lifeless, it doesn't even feel fun at points. It feels more like work. Tedious work. Alright, this is what I'm talking about. Great action-packed flying missions, smooth gameplay, pretty tough AI. This is more my speed. Wait, why is he getting out of the R-Wing? No, not again, damn it, no! You see, that was my first reaction playing this game. Great, so it's back to more on-foot missions. But hey, at least you get a gun from the start to fight off enemies. The tediousness of these sections really brought me out of it. Compared to the fast-paced feeling of the R-Wing missions, the aerial combat is great, it's smooth and it's pretty tough, but above all, it's fun. The whole game should have just been this. This well-polished, just Instead, it feels like every time you finish a flying stage, your friend forces you to play another game that involves a poorly made third-person shooter. Above all, this game was a step in the right direction, but sadly that's all it is, a single step. The Super FX chip. Back in the old SNES era of games, 3D gaming seemed like it would only be exclusive to PC gamers for a while. Today it's blocky 3D graphics are nothing to write home about, but at the time this game was revolutionary. We now had smooth 3D gameplay on a console in the form of a space shooter, and a fun action-packed space shooter at that. Standard with most SNES games, imagination and innovation drove this game. Sure, the graphics were new and fresh, but the gameplay really shined here. Simplistic, fun, and action-packed.
This game was amazing. It should really be played more today. Well, in a way, it kind of is, but in another form.
An all-time classic on the N64 and possibly one of my favorite titles for the system. Star Fox 64 is a fun-filled thrill ride. Tight gameplay, multiple branching paths, secrets littered throughout the stages, and it begged you to revisit them, and a difficulty curve which made you want to replay the game over and over again till you perfected it, while at the same time being one of the easiest games to pick up and play. Honestly, what more can I say about this game? I mean, you guys know. It is a game that all other Star Fox games are compared to, and, well, they all try to replicate. Whenever I play the N64, this is my go-to game. Seriously. I don't know why, but Star Fox 64 really struck a chord with me. And it's going to be one of my lifelong favorites.
To be quite honest, I have no gripes with this game. It really is...
Ah! I'm hit!
Like I was saying, this game, I find no
Get this
faults.
guy off me!
Slippy, please. I really
Do
can't find any...
something!
Excuse me. Conversation anyway. Like I was saying, this game is great and has no real faults that can't be, solved with a quick laser blast.
Yes!
Alright, so some of you may be wondering, how the hell is Star Fox 64 number 2? Oh, I get it. He's probably just setting up for, the 3DS remake. That's probably going to be number 1, right? Because it's a better, improved version. Okay. First, I tend not to put, remakes and, reimaginings in, lists like this because, it's the same game, essentially. It's the same game. So why take up 2 spots? And second, the 3DS version really didn't even bring anything new to the table other than, brand new graphics, and 3D graphics were pretty amazing, but it was the same game. And lastly, come on. A new voice cast? We all love the old voice cast. Why change it? And also, why not give us the option to, use the old voice cast? But, c'est la vie. But no. The game I'm choosing for this one is...
Star Fox 2. Originally slated for a 1995 release on the Super Nintendo, it got scrapped because of Nintendo making the decision of moving forward and instead making a new game for the N64. So the game was never meant to see the light of day. Until a magical place known only as the internet saw the release of the game in the form of a ROM. Since then, the game has been tweaked, taking out the bugs, translated in English, and in its near complete state, I feel like it's the definition of what a sequel should be. This game plays like the original Star Fox, but this game introduced so many new ideas to the ring, which really pushed the envelope. This game was no longer an on-rail shooter, instead it was a semi-real time strategy space war kind of game, which tasked the player to travel from planet to planet to destroy enemy bases, while at the same time protect the planet of Corneria from impending attack from enemy missiles and attack ships in very quick all-range mode encounters. A trope later used in Command, yet here everything is more fast-paced and time really felt like it was on the line, which was emphasized whenever General Pepper would appear on the corner of the screen chastising you for letting the planet get attacked right in the middle of a mission. And if you let the damage of Corneria reach 100%, that was pretty much it. Game over. On top of that, now came the ability to play as all 4 pilots from the previous games, along with 2 new recruits, which have never really made another appearance outside of this game. Each having their own strengths and weaknesses like speed and armor, you were allowed to choose 2 pilots and change between them on the game's overworld for whenever you felt like the speed was what you needed in a certain mission, or if one of your pilots was running low on health. Which, by the way, they can die permanently. There are no continues in this game. If one of your pilots dies, you have to play the rest of the game with the remaining pilot, and if they died, it was game over. The new playstyle and variety was amazing, but what really makes this game worthwhile for me is the replayability. First time I played this game, I beat it in just under an hour. Wanting to play more, I booted it up again and found the game was randomly generated. Bases were now on other planets and the enemy tactics were not the same as before. Sure, this is standard practice now, but as a child this would have made me ecstatic. If you've never played this game, which I'm most certain you haven't, I highly recommend it. This game needs to be checked out, especially by those people that have been waiting for a true Star Fox sequel. Turns out it was made all along. I also highly recommend playing with the original SNES controller, the way it was meant to be played.
Well, that's the list. Thanks for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this, because I really enjoyed making this one. Star Fox is an amazing series, and I really cannot wait for the Wii U title that's just been announced. It's going to be great, and well, hopefully it's great. It has a lot to live up to. I mean, hasn't made a great game in a long time, but let's just pray, alright? Well, thanks for watching again. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys.
Fuck was that? Oh, just my day. Just my fucking day. Oh my god. Ray? Were you playing in a box in the middle of the fucking street?
Incoming enemy from the rear.
Too late for that, Peppy.
Who are you talking to?
Do a barrel roll.
Go fuck yourself!
Look, I'm not paying for any of this, you psycho fuck. Alright? No more of these games.